A very beautiful afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us on the news update on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Victoria. Owoyemi, the headlines. Makinde approves promotion of over 7,000 civil servants. NLC issues state government 2 weeks ultimatum. In business, revenue to increase as cooking gas price soars. On the foreign scene, Joe Biden meets with Israeli officials. And now the news in detail. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has approved the promotion of all civil and public servants whose promotions were due in 2022. Speaking at the 7th Executive Council meeting of Omitutun 2.0, Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Prince Dotun Oyelade, said the development is consistent with government policy on workers' welfare in the past 4 years. He recalled that the Governor Seyi Makinde-led administration had conducted the 2017 to 2021 promotion exercises and then approved promotion of 7,276 civil servants. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Dr. Olalekan Balogun, has described litigation as a fundamental part of a viable democracy. Speaking during a press conference organized at his Alarere Palace in preparation for his 81st birthday celebration holding today, the Olubadan explains that litigation would not end as long as democracy exists.
Litigation is a function of democracy. As long as we are free to challenge the actions of other people in court, litigation will not end. Only change from time to time. It won't end as such. And as long as injustice remains, litigation will remain the checking pot of injustice.
While he recalled his life experiences, Olubado appreciates Almighty God for his goodness over his life, reiterating that life has taught him many lessons.
To talk less, to look at people critically and reflect on what they look like and not say anything about them. Life has taught me to look before I jump. Not to jump before I look.
The Olubadan further reiterates that his dream is to see a bigger and better Ibadan land. The National Labour Congress has issued a 2-week deadline to governors to commence negotiations on the 35,000 wage award for workers in their states, in line with the terms of the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the union and federal government. This was handed down on Tuesday as the unions said that the deadline for payment of the wage award would expire in the next 2 weeks. Therefore, they asked state governors to begin the implementation process. The national leadership of the NLC and TUC had on October 1st reached an agreement with the federal government to pay 35,000 naira to all federal workers beginning from September. In business, since the start of the Israel-Palestine conflict on October 7, there has been a skyrocketing of price of cooking gas at the international level. According to reports, cooking gas prices are soared by more than 40%. According to S&P Global Commodity Insights, this has presented an opportunity for Nigeria to earn more revenue from exporting its liquefied natural gas, LNG, otherwise called cooking gas. Experts are of the opinion that the ongoing global disruption is expected to keep prices high, creating an opportunity for African LNG suppliers such as Nigeria to earn more revenue. The confrontation between Israel and Hamas and Chevron's operating difficulties in Australia have escalated market concerns. Chevron Corporation, a U.S. oil major, has shut down the Tama natural gas field off Israel's northern coast. The Tama field has a large reservoir and provides most of Israel's energy for power generation. Analysts opined that a protracted Tama stoppage might impede Israeli gas supplies to neighboring countries, particularly Egypt, a major exporter to the European market. On the foreign scene, following the killing of people by Israeli air raid on Gaza hospital, the U.S. President Joe Biden has arrived in Tel Aviv to discuss with Israeli officials. According to Gaza's health ministry, Israeli strike killed more than 500 Palestinians yesterday at Ali Arab Hospital in Gaza City. However, the Israeli military says the bombing was the result of a misfired Palestinian Islamic Jihad rocket. The UN chief has called for immediate humanitarian ceasefire as world leaders condemned the hospital attack. More than 3,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza since Hamas' October 7 attack inside Israel, which killed more than 1,400 people. And to end the news, a recap of our major stories. I told you that Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has approved the promotion of all civil and public servants whose promotions were due in 2022. We also told you that the National Labour Congress has issued a 2-week deadline to governors to commence negotiations on the 35,000 wage award for workers. In business, we also told you that according to S&P Global Commodity Insights, Nigeria will earn more revenue from exporting its liquefied natural gas, LNG, otherwise known as cooking gas, due to Israeli-Palestinian fight. And finally, on the foreign scene, we told you that following the killing of people by Israeli air raid on Gaza hospital, the U.S. President Joe Biden has arrived in Tel Aviv to discuss with Israeli officials. For news coverage, news mention, and commercials, contact the Honor